alpha male stands strong.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note, and on that note, that's what we're gonna talk about, the 5 different types of male. They have alpha, gamma, beta, I'm missing one,
Omega.
delta, and
Omega.
omega.
There's actually 6.
Okay, 6 is sigma. 6, but we're gonna discuss the 5 traits of about men. So I'm gonna let you kick it off, Mr. Rico. I'm gonna be so
Since
generous.
you're so ready.
As a
No, the
humble,
funny thing is,
as a humble
here's the thing,
beta.
and this is what happens,
Gamma.
right? This is a great example of what beta and alpha are,
Baiting you, sir.
right? So when a beta, first of all, alphas are leaders, and beta understand who's the leader, so that's why Oliver told me to kick this off. But I'm giving a chance for Oliver to say he's not a beta and prove yourself by lead.
All right, so I will say I exude beta and gamma traits, right? So as a beta, I would say I'm more in touch with my feminine side. I'm more in touch with my emotions. I have no problem adhering to my partner needs. Like, for example, let's say her hair is out of place, I'm gonna fix it. Versus an alpha most likely wouldn't, because they're too into themselves. They're very confident. You guys are leaders, yes, and you guys would attract more women in general because of, your procreation and the protective vibe you give. But 9 out of 10 times a woman will end up with a beta because we know.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, a woman
Oliver, where
will
did you
end
get
up
this
with a
stat
beta.
from? We're not gonna say any ideology
This is not
unless you
ideology.
can prove this, Oliver.
Like I said, I didn't say
Actually-
all. Most times a woman will prefer a beta over an alpha because the alpha is too overpowering.
Prefer or be with?
They will settle down and be with a beta, but the flip side, the negative side to being a beta also will be we make for good friends, and sometimes we do get friend zoned. So I'm being fair with everything I'm saying. So there's pluses and minuses with being a beta.
Rico is definitely an alpha male. Like, he's all into himself, confident, aggressive. He can't do no wrong. That's an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Like an itchy ass nigga, alpha male.
Yep.
It's itching my hands. I'm sorry, it's itching my hands.
And you got
Mr. Nice
Oliver.
Guy.
He's Mr. Nice Guy.
So sweet.
Yeah, you got all the emotions, you caring, you know what I'm saying? You do get friend zone a lot, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, listen, you want me to be honest or not? You know what I'm saying? Like you
Not that much
but
as
like
you think.
okay, but like you said, like a lot of females end up settling down with a better because they done went through the alpha male, they done went through the dude that that ain't shit, they done went through that aggressiveness and they tired of it. And when they're settling down, a lot of times they go to you. So you still win at the end of the day, so it's not a bad thing.
No, that's
Go,
actually
Oliver.
false. Alpha males are very confident. They also are very protecting, and they can be aggressive because they are typically the most attractive. I don't want to say species, but because it goes across from animals to humans.
You're right.
And most women actually end up going with them not just because of the attraction. That's the part that they start with, but then they go with them because of the protecting. And, if you had to say like your typical gender roles, the alpha male possess those things.
Okay. And gamma is someone that the alpha usually matures into a gamma. And I say that because they have similar alpha traits, except they are more, adventurous. They are not as aggressive as alpha. And you are such an alpha. You don't believe it, but...
For me, I am. But
a gamma definitely is someone who's fun, adventurous. They, don't let themselves take full role. They also let the woman, step in and help out a little bit too. So that is what a gamma is. Alpha and gamma, I think, are, they're close to each other.
A gamma seems to me like a watered down alpha because alpha is the leader of whatever is in his kingdom, and a gamma is more so willing to take the back seat at times.
Omega male is it the nerdy one?
Someone more laid back.
Yeah, more laid back, and they just like
Maybe a little lazy.
A little
Maybe there's
lazy.
yeah.
They're into video games.
They're very smart.
But they're very smart, but they're not ambitious. Yeah, I feel like Omega is more like a man that, you know, a very smart man, a nerdy man. You're attracted to him. You know he's not going to cheat on you. He's going to be there, but then he's not going to put his foot down either. You're going to walk all over him. That's what it is. And you got a Delta. The Delta is basically a mixture of an alpha and a gamma. You know what I'm saying? It's men that went through things. They were like, they had this big personality, and then they went through a tragedy, and they just become very like, you know, they just become like very like, they don't want to be social. They're very angry. They just, I feel like to me the Delta is the worst kind of man to get with, because when they go to this tragedy, they don't ever let it go. They stop being who they were. They stop being an alpha male. They stop being a gamma male. And it's kind of like, it's men that was very social, and then a tragedy happened, and they just kind of like, they just life stopped going for them, and this is what I don't want no Delta man, because I feel like this is like why can you damage? I feel like that's a damaged man, and nobody wants that. It's not fun. They're boring. They don't want to do no social event. They feel like they're loners. They're very lonely, and a lot of time you with them, it's kind of like, damn, give me something. Like, I like you, whatever, but like you letting this hold you back, and I'm not with that.
You know, but one thing I did understand about Deltas was that they are very introverted and very less social, but they're still ambitious and they still have drive.
Yeah.
They're just not out there, and they're not like social. They're not like alphas, and, you know, they don't have that much confidence, but they still have goals. They still like, you know, they still have ambition.
Since I'm the
Your
beta
kind.
man, I wear the beta cape. Dun, dun, dun. Basically, it's the Mr. Nice Guy. It's Mr. Understand. It's Mr. I'm in tune with my feelings. I know how to share. I won't say roles, but I'm not afraid with like letting the woman lead. I'm not afraid of also you know, going
Sharing
in the front.
the power,
Yes,
being
sharing the
submissive.
power, being submissive. There's nothing wrong with that.
Which is okay.
Yeah, but, and I know Rico's not gonna
Don't
shame
worry
me.
about it, Oliver.
Rico's not gonna shame me. So anyway, so yeah, it is. And a beta male, like I said, in tune with his feelings, very intelligent, very know how to be submissive, know how to play dual roles. It's not all about him. He know that it's bigger than him, and he's also a good family man. He's also that. Like I said, most women would end up being with a beta guy because alphas are too empowering. At the end of the day, you'll deal with an alpha, but then you realize that it's too much alphas. Alphas don't know how to step down and share. They don't know how to be like, it's always about them. A beta, but interchangeable. We do both. And then also, I do exhibit gamma traits because I'm also adventurous. So it's like, I'm the same, I exude the same. I'm not boring, I'm sociable. I'm great to bring around.
Adventurous.
I'm in tune with my feelings. I'm a good family man, and it's like not too much. Okay, the negative, yes. Like I said, with that being said, too much of anything, I could be friend zoned. I could not be taken serious because be like, damn, like
Walked all over, pushed on.
Yes, for some, yes. That's why I say I exhibit both, because as a gamma, it won't happen. So it's like, I exude beta, but then I'm backed up by gamma, so I won't get walked over. I'm speaking for me.
Sigma's someone that is, they're kind of a little bit more dangerous just because they can be very manipulative.
That's what it is.
And they also are very confident. They carry a lot of the same traits an alpha does, but they are someone who, in a way, could gaslight you a little bit. Maybe they have those types of traits, but I think a Sigma is like a mixture of like all of them. I think that's why it's like the sixth trait, because it's everyone combined, but you have to be careful with them because they do know how to get you to do what they want you to do.
Okay.
They know how to use each man
con man.
trait.
Yeah,
when
but
they're
alpha
ready.
men don't know how to
Right.
manipulate.
That's not.
I think
so
they're
here's the
so
thing.
into themselves that
Yeah, they don't.
they
No,
don't.
Actually, I don't believe that at all. I think that alpha men don't manipulate because they enforce. There's a big difference.
Okay, that's a good
that's
argument.
scary.
That's a good
If
argument.
it's not like, I'm not saying I enforce it with, you know, physical or aggression, but like at the end of the day, there's always, and you know what I don't like? This is what I don't like. We've all been in a classroom, right? There's always been a popular kid in that classroom. That popular kid was an alpha, whether it was a popular girl or a popular boy. Sometimes they're rude, sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
But what we're not gonna do is try to put all cons on alphas because they're
Or
the
not.
leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I gave both.
not.
You
I
just
think
said
you're
you
getting
gave both.
offended.
no, I'm not getting offended because there was a quick
Misconstrued.
or misconception of when I said enforcing, and she said that's like, what'd you say? Like,
Scary.
I said it was scary.
Yeah, but it's not really scary because
Yeah.
sometimes
The word enforced, I think you could have used a better word.
well, like enforcing, like you can use a better word, but at the end of the day, sometimes you don't need to enforce when people already know. What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah, sure.
You know-
I think the thing that you're getting upset over is that you're like
not upset.
people are you're gonna end up like a gamma. I think that was like what made or whatever.
Yeah,
the one
because
that
you mature and
the
alpha,
alpha
matures
ends up
into
a gamma. I don't think you liked that.
No,
That touched
it's-
a nerve. I think you like being the alpha, which is fine. I think there are a lot of women that like being with a strong
And
and you know, there's women that like don't know how to speak for themselves or want everything done for them or whatever, and they'll end up with the alpha. So I think that you'll be fine. I think that
I also think that you're entitled to your opinion. I also think that I don't think that she had any valid proof that alpha turns into a gamma. So I wasn't upset.
matures into one.
Well, matures, turn
one.
into, same thing, grows into, but I did not see any of that in our research. So for you to speak on something, I just want to see facts. So, I mean, that's all it
Okay,
was.
but your reaction, like that to me is what I'm getting at. Like you still have a lot of maturing to do into the gamma. That's
I think
what I
you
meant.
prefer a gamma and you're intimidated by alphas, so that's why you
I
want
mean,
people to be a gamma.
So let me
I
ask
think
you
people
this.
would say that I'm an alpha female.
I don't think so.
So let me ask you this,
Okay.
Rico. As an alpha male, right? What type?
I think Danny's an alpha.
What are the traits you feel you would need to be with, in your partner as a woman? So you have the alpha, beta. You know, we listed all. So like, what do you think will fit you best?
I mean, I've dated. So like, here's the thing. Everybody's life is so different. So like, I was raised by an alpha woman. So I appreciate alpha women. I've dated my last relationship was with the alpha woman.
But how did that work? Because
It
was it a
worked
clash
very.
of powers?
No, you don't clash powers because alpha, it's like real recognize real. I don't need, when I know, first of all, most times alphas step in because when they see somebody who's a beta, they feel like, I can't trust you to lead. So if I can't trust you to lead, I'm not gonna ever allow you to lead.
So what if she feels she can? Y'all both alpha. Think about it, right? Y'all both think the same way. How does that work? Because she feels like I can do it. You feel like you can do it.
Yeah.
Who's gonna step down?
no.
You're not understanding.
No, I get what you're saying.
I
Like,
just did it.
No,
Y'all
but
did it. And what happened?
no, let me say, like with the alpha female, like I feel like I'm an alpha female. If I choose what I fit in, it's either alpha or gamma. That's why, because I'm adventurous. That's what I fit in at. But like when I deal with alpha men, I'm gonna be honest.
If you in a relationship with Rico,
Yeah.
how would that work? I want to.
Honestly,
know Rico.
like you believe it or not, an alpha female bow down. If the nigga is real, you bow down. That's what it is. Any female, you dealing with a man, if he's a real man, you bow down.
No.
If you're not, yeah, you are. If
I
you're not,
wouldn't.
What are you?
When
I
I
have
said
no idea. What do you think I am?
When I said bow down, when I
you think
said
I'm lost?
You don't know where you're
you're
at.
not lost. But when
I
I,
think I
said
might
bow
figure it
down,
out.
Yeah,
but when
you
I
will.
said bow down, I'm not
course.
saying like taking like, you know, he controlling me, but like when a female get with a man, if he's a real man, you kind of step back a little bit. You let him do his thing. If I gotta step up, because I'm really the real boss. If the female is the real boss. If I gotta step up, I'm gonna step up. But if I were the alpha man, I'm gonna let him lead for now. But if I don't like something, I'll be like,
And
Okay,
And
and
then
then
what if Rico said too?
No, because here's the thing: as an alpha male, when you're dealing with an alpha woman, now not all alpha men can deal with alpha women, right?
Talk some real shit.
And the reason is because they were never introduced to an alpha woman, so it's such a foreign exchange. Now, most alpha men don't deal with alpha women. I was raised by an alpha woman.
So you're used to it.
Yeah, so
That's
I
what-
understand
yeah.
what an alpha woman is like. So if I'm dating Danny and Danny's letting me lead, but Danny's like, hey, look, make this left turn, and I say why, and she gives me a reason why, I'm gonna make the left turn.
Yeah.
So like, that's the thing, like, you know, don't think as alpha as prideful, even though we are very, very strong-willed, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we are very egotistical, but we will stop our pride if we find value in the other's opinion
If
or
you
direction.
I could tell you in
Yeah.
that situation what would go wrong. An alpha male isn't gonna ask why you in the driver's seat and somebody in the passenger seat is telling you make this left. They're gonna be like, the fuck you telling me make this left? I'm the one driving.
Most time.
Right.
most-
Most
And then
times-
they'll be like, give me the proof, give me the facts that why left is
Yeah,
better than
and you
going
just
right,
said
because I
that,
want to
yeah.
go right. And like,
And me, I feel like I exude alpha female traits.
I think you're Gamma.
I'm not going to have to explain to you why I just told you to make a right. The turn is coming up right now. Why the fuck you asking me why? Just make the fucking right.
Right.
Period.
So then you need somebody who is submissive, like a beta, because
I just think you need someone that's going to listen to you. Like, the turn is coming up. Let's make the left.
But I just feel like that comes
Was
with
it a lot?
trust.
I'm saying which way are we going?
But that's the thing, though. I feel like with that comes with trust. If I'm an alpha and you're an alpha, if I say make a left,
alphas
you
don't trust
but you,
that easily.
No,
Yeah,
you got
alphas
to.
don't trust
You're not gonna be
easily.
with
They
somebody
trust
who don't have no
themselves.
type of trust. If I'm with an alpha man, I'm like, you make a left, he's gonna listen because I'm talking, because he know I don't talk
Okay.
bullshit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He knows I don't open my mouth till I open my mouth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I feel like y'all don't really ever deal with alphas too often. Have you ever watched two alphas deal with each other?
Well, let me ask you this: if you guys just met,
Toxic.
and then you got into the car, say you guys just met, like you know what I mean? Like you just said, like he's gonna listen to me because it's me. But what if you guys just met, just got in the car, you're going somewhere, and you're like, it's the left. You're
he's not
initially
listening.
right.
He's
You're
not
not.
It's not gonna work.
Point.
No,
Thank you.
That's what
hold
I'm
on.
saying.
Time out.
That's all we've been trying to say.
Hold on.
So I think
We're
the
talking
alpha
about-
will
we're talking
listen
about-
once it gets comfortable.
No, the alpha has to realize that you're an alpha too. Real recognize real. So if I just get in the car, it doesn't matter if it's her, you, or you. I'm not listening to any of you unless I really believe
Yes.
you're right,
Yes.
regardless of what it is. So you can't take that and blame it because it's an alpha versus an
is
alpha.
an alpha thing.
No, it's not. It's an alpha versus everything. But until an alpha sees...
And that's an alpha-like comment. But what I'm saying is, and once again, that's on his terms. So for me, I'm gonna use me. Put me in the same car scenario, I'm going to just do it. Not because I'm a herb, because you know what?
'Cause you're submissive.
In my mind, I'm just like, yo, if this person is open, if this is a person, first off, I got a girl in the car, or I got my homie in the car, there has to be some trust and respect there, period, right? You're not gonna just have anybody in your personal space.
he's after a party, Oliver. We say he's after a party, you don't know shorty.
That was her
That was a
example.
horrible excuse. No.
what she said. That was example.
No. I'm talking. I'm not talking about somebody drunk. Like let's say
I
once
wasn't talking
again,
about drunk
we met,
too.
thank you. We met at the event, right? And if I said, look, I'm gonna drop you home, right? Everybody's sober. I'm gonna drop you
That's
home. There's
different
still
'cause you're dropping
some-
them home.
Okay, but there's still a level. Whatever it is, we're using a car scenario. I'm starting from what she said. I don't know you, and we started from scratch. What I'm saying is that if somebody who I don't know, for you need to gain their trust, and then you'll listen to them. For me, it's like, look, I have this person in the car. There has to be some type of trust. If she says turn left, I'm gonna turn left. What is all this? I gotta wait to trust you. Figure out. But next thing you know, we in Albuquerque. Like, what the hell? What the hell?
That's
Like,
not what we're saying.
no,
So-
that's what he is
No,
saying.
no,
He's
that's
saying,
not what I'm
She
saying.
said, go ahead, Kelly.
It wasn't. He said like, okay, the car. I'm like, whatever. So like, I'm saying like, you pick me up for a date, right? We're going to dinner. This is like our first date. You pick me up, and then we're in the car. Yes, obviously we're going somewhere. Trust. Trust is there's some level of trust.
Yes.
So
Or
we're-
interest, not even
or
trust.
yeah, just interest. You just here we are. Here
Such
we
an
go.
alpha, always moving the goalpost.
No.
Go ahead. Not talking about him.
So we're sitting in the car, and then I'm like, the restaurant's up here on the left. Take the left; it's faster. The alpha, I think, would in this moment would probably initially question it, but you're already in the car. You both want to be there. You both want to go to dinner. You're hungry. You're thirsty. Let's go. So you're like, okay, maybe I will take the left.
Will
But
you
I
take
thi-
that left?
Oh, I don't know. Like you asked me a
No,
question.
based on this.
Based on the scenario, I feel
You're
like
losing me at this
Yo,
point. so let's just
you guys
move
are
on.
dragging it because Oliver doesn't know where to go. Look, this is the problem, bro.
Get him a
When
map.
you are-
Know how to
listen,
shop.
That's not what I'm saying.
The problem is this.
You
I'm
need trust. You need levels.
Scratch that. You need direction,
No,
and an
I
alpha
don't.
doesn't.
No, I don't.
You understand?
It's
because
dual.
no, because
man
a
enough.
beta, you're telling me you're allowing somebody to tell you where the fuck to go.